Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and continuing my series, The Lost, in which I discuss lesser known, more obscure movies that I think deserve to be seen. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a great little serial killer thriller horror film from New Zealand called The Ugly, written and directed by Scott Reynolds. And The Ugly is about a serial killer by the name of Simon. And Simon has spent the last 6 years of his life incarcerated in this high security mental facility where he has undergone horrible abuse at the hands of the staff. He's led around with a sack on his head. Oddly enough, the staff of this facility are weirder than the actual inmates. So not a great existence for Simon here. So Simon reaches out to a controversial and famous doctor, a woman by the name of Karen, to come in and to assess him in order to see if he is fit to re-enter society. And what ensues is a cat and mouse mind game in which we're left to wonder, did Simon kill people simply because he enjoyed killing? Is he just a master manipulator, someone who gets into your head and screws you around? Or was he compelled to commit these crimes by a sinister force that he calls the Ugly? I first saw The Ugly many years ago, and I was really taken aback by the movie. The Ugly is a serial killer movie. It came out in the late 90s when there were a lot of serial killer movies on the market. It was a popular gimmick at the time. You know, we've got the gimmicks of found footage and remakes and, 3D and all that stuff going on today. Well, serial killers were a big deal in the late 90s. A lot of movies trying to emulate Seven, so on and so forth. And The Ugly has a lot of those earmarked trappings of a serial killer film. We've got a serial killer. We have to explain why he's a serial killer. Why is he crazy? Why does he like to kill people? So we have lots of flashbacks of Simon's youth. We see that Simon was raised by a single mother, a very domineering, unaffectionate, horribly abusive woman. He's picked on in school because he has a learning disability. He's very shy, so he has issues with women. And these sort of issues follow him all the way up to adulthood, to the point where he picks up a straight razor and starts killing people seemingly at random. But the flashbacks in the film are handled really well and really stylishly. And they're very well written. The past and the present kind of bleed together. What's fantasy and reality also kind of bleed together as well. Simon gets into the head of Karen, of this doctor. Everybody warns her, he'll get into your head. Don't let him get into your head. He does. He gets into her head. There's sexual tension going on between the two of them. She begins to question fantasy from reality. She doesn't know, is he manipulating me? Or is he really, a sick person? As the pieces are sort of put together, as we're left to, we're in the present, but we're viewing the past, and as I said, they're bleeding together. It's done so really well. It's really well written as well. So you have all those earmarks of sort of a classic serial killer film, but in The Ugly, they're handled really well and really believably. You feel for Simon. You see that his mother is a horrible person. He's horribly abused by her, sheltered by her. He's picked on at school, horribly picked on at school. You feel for Simon. You feel for Simon even as an adult. Even he's a serial killer, you still feel for him. That's one of the tricks of the movie. And Karen, the doctor in the film, also kind of feels for him as well. Simon is sort of he's the last person you would ever expect to be a serial killer. He's very meek, he's very unassuming, he's very quiet, he's very shy. And again, that's kind of the trick of the movie. Karen is lured into his world, as we, the audience, are lured into his world. And we're questioning fantasy from reality as well. Some flashbacks will lead you to believe that Simon is just a vicious serial killer. Other flashbacks will lead you to believe that he is compelled by this force called the Ugly. He's haunted by these ashen specters of his previous victims. They're all oozing this black crude oil kind of blood from their wounds. All the blood in the movie is like this black, inky, thick stuff, which is also really interesting. I'm not sure what the message there was, but just really interesting there as well. I really can't sing this movie's praises enough. It's just a really good movie all the way around. Very stylishly done. It's very well written. You're seeing all the trappings of a serial killer movie. You've seen a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie in other serial killer movies. It's done really well in this movie, and it's done really differently in this movie as well. All the performances are great. Paulo Rotundo, who plays the adult Simon, fantastic. Rebecca Hobbs, who plays the Dr. Karen, phenomenal performance in the film as well. Scott Reynolds, the writer and director, great script, really well written here. Great directing as well. Like I said, very stylish, a very different kind of serial killer movie. It's too bad not more people talk about this movie. It was available to download, or it was available to stream, I'm sorry, on Netflix, but I don't think it's on there anymore, which is too bad. But I think you can pick this DVD up relatively cheaply, go research it, find it, buy it, watch it. I've always really liked this movie. It's one that also I've watched it multiple times, and it doesn't really. I mean, it stays good. It's aged well. Put it that way. Yeah, a really interesting movie, a really solid movie. Really like this movie a lot. Definitely go out and pick it up. Had a great time watching this movie again just the other night, just kind of remembering everything about it and noticing some things that I hadn't noticed the previous times I had watched it. It's kind of one of those movies as well. The more you watch it, the more things you're kind of going to pick up on here and there. But yeah, really enjoyed this movie. The ending is nightmarish and kind of hallucinatory and really kind of chilling, and good stuff. Just good stuff. All around, really solid movie. The Ugly, go check it out. If you've seen The Ugly, please let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. And until next time, thanks for watching. You guys take it easy.